Hey, what's up guys? Christian over at Untitled Car Stereo. Today we are looking at this Alpine iLX-F309. Radio just came out this week. This is a big deal because what this is a radio that's designed to stick out of your dash and just hang there. Sounds stupid, but all the Mercedes and the BMWs are doing it. So this is a standard opening. This mounts into a standard opening and the radio sticks out over the sides. My friend possibly Pat is going to do the unboxing today. And then we're going to install this in a 2014 Cadillac Escalade using the Maestro stuff. We're going to do the install video, and then once we're done, he's going to come back and he's going to do a in-depth how it works, review, whatever you want to call it. I'm not good at those. I'm good at installing. So I'm going to hand this over to Pat, and he's going to show you what's in the box.
Hey guys, it's Possibly Pat here. So since Christian did me a favor and got the intro out of the way that was taking me so long to rehearse and think of what to say and get stage fright and whatever, it's my first YouTube video, don't judge me. Let's do the fun part, the unboxing. So I know what everyone wants to see is the manuals and the harness. No, not really. I don't think anyone cares about any of this except the best part of this radio, which is, let me get this out. Alright, I do want to mention that it is pretty cool that you're getting a 9-inch screen and it fits in a single DIN spot. I mean, you can't really beat that. But back to that screen. What everyone wants to see. Seriously, this thing is huge. So look at this right here. This obviously clips onto here. We are going to be doing a full review that will be getting much more detailed over. But just to show you, this is a regular double DIN opening, right? Radios usually fit in that. Look at the size of this screen. I don't want to actually touch it, but that is a huge difference.
It's got clear, you can touch it. It's got plastic on it.
So look at that. Not only is that a huge difference, but if you notice new cars like Mercedes, Audi, I think even BMW, the screens tend to hover over the dashboard, and that is exactly what this does. This is going to protrude basically and hover, which if you thought about this, again, this is just my opinion, a couple years ago you would think this is really cheesy, but it's actually pretty cool looking, especially since now you have no screen size limit. You don't have to fit in that double DIN. So yeah, look at this again. This is that money shot. Alright guys, now that we got the money shot, we're going to show you what's in the box. We're going to go through it, we're going to lay everything out, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so first up we have your RC outputs. If you have an aftermarket or sometimes even factory amplifier, you have your front, rear, and sub. Then we have our backup camera input, aux input, and iData link input, which I know nothing about, but Christian promised me that it's cool and that he's going to teach me whatever it is. And I believe he's even installing it in the car. Yeah, it's going to be included in the car that he's installing.
So in the 2014 Cadillac Escalade we're putting in, and it has iData link. I have it in my 2013 CC, and it shows all the radio information on the cluster. It shows my seat heaters, temperature, all that stuff. But when we do the install, I'll go over with him and he'll show it to you in the in-depth review. Oh, also don't forget Vigo Speed Sense. Vigo Speed Sense, make sure if you take it to a shop, they hook it up. A lot of shops don't hook this up. What the Vigo Speed Sense does is that if you go through a tunnel, you lose your GPS. So when you come out of the tunnel, it has to figure out where it's at. Vigo Speed Sense keeps you on the same road because it knows how fast you're going. So when you come out of the tunnel or you lose your GPS, it knows where you're at. Close.
Alright, I learned something too. Next we have our steering wheel control input, this he's also gonna have to break down.
Yeah, so pretty much what that does, when the Maestro does it too, but if you have a car that it's not Maestro compatible or you don't get the benefits of Maestro, there's an adapter that goes between that input and your car that allows your factory steering wheel controls to control this radio. And if you get a high-end one, you can program what they do. So if you want volume up to mute, you can do that, which is silly, but you can do it if you want.
On that same little harness, we have our microphone in, mic input, and they do supply a microphone, but I believe Christian and Fit Car Stereo have
Yeah,
better
so
one.
we just started doing a custom microphones for cars. We've been doing it for a while. This is our Volkswagen. This is a MIC-VW1. So this is for many 2001, actually to current Volkswagens, it still works. So this is a the overhead panel for my 2003 GLI. So this has a microphone opening. So what we do is that we custom make a microphone that fits into the factory location, so that you don't have to have that silly microphone in front of your face. So that goes into there and you don't see it. So this is the opening for the factory microphone. This car actually never came with a microphone, but the opening was there. So if you don't see your car on our website, send us an email, and what we'll do is maybe we can figure something out and make you a custom one if it's not available yet.
Alright. This also came with a GPS antenna, which I've Googled this, I've looked in the manual, I can't find it anywhere. What this is going to do for us, since the radio has CarPlay, as far as I know, I don't think it has navigation separate from CarPlay built in. But it could be as simple as updating the time on the radio, because my last radio had a GPS antenna just for that reason, so that might be it.
And once again, here we come in. So this is an Enfig GA3 Blue. This is made for Volkswagen. So what this does is that instead of, we make them for a bunch of different cars. We specialize in Volkswagen Audi, which is why we talk about it. So this is an exact copy of the Alpine one. So instead of plugging this in and then plugging this into, putting it on your dashboard, you plug this into the back of the radio, and this is an adapter that plugs into your existing GPS antenna if your car had one. That way you use the antenna on the roof, which is probably a little bit better than the Alpine one, and also you don't have to stare at it while you drive.
Next up, a pretty standard USB extension. Comes in handy since when you're mounting the radio, you're not really going to have access to the back. And you could run this to your glove box, anywhere convenient that you please, and just plug whatever you have to in there, including your phone, which is the main part of this radio, because that's how CarPlay would work.
And this is where I take over again. So we just started making a bunch of, so we realized that on the market, all the keep your factory USBs are having issues with CarPlay and Android Auto. So this is our Enfig shifter USB. So what this does is that this is for a lot of Volkswagens. This is USB in there, and we started having problems where CarPlay and Android Auto were having issues. So we started making these with USB 3.0. So then we just started having people ask us, can you make them for us? So this is an example of one we have. This came out of a 2017 stock Jetta. So this is the Volkswagen standard USB you pull out, and you just pull out their little piece, and then on our 3D printer we made this little piece. So now all you have to do, put that in there, boom. So now you have a USB 3.0, which has no data issues, CarPlay or Android Auto, and it looks factory. The only way you can tell it's not factory because that's a little blue plastic in the middle for the USB 3.0. Now, if we do not have one for your car, send us an email. We can, just like the microphone, maybe we can make one custom for you. And obviously, if you're the first one to send us one, we're not going to charge you. We just give it to you for free.
On this side, we have pretty standard mounting hardware. I can't really tell you about this without having a car in front of me, and I'm no expert. That's more Christian's job. And I'm sure you'll see this in action in the installation video, since that's where it would come in handy.
Yeah, well, obviously we'll go over the whole install, and I'm sure all those screws may or may not be used.
Comes with a pretty standard power harness. Can't really talk about that.
Yeah, I mean it's standard. So Alpine uses a ground speaker, front speakers. Orange and white is illumination. Red is switch 12 volts, which turns the radio on and off. Blue and white is amplifier on, which turns on your amplifier, which is always on when the radio is on. The regular blue one is actually a antenna on. That only turns on when your AM/FM is on for, not to burn out your boosters. The yellow and the blue is your parking brake, and then purple and green are your rear speakers, and then yellow is your constant power.
Now, everything we just showed plugs into the back of this single-DIN core. But in addition to them, you have your AM/FM input, Sirius tuner input,
Sirius XM.
Sirius XM tuner input, and your USB goes right there, and HDMI, which wasn't mentioned anywhere else. Also comes in handy because you could put that big screen to use. Other than that, the front of this base, or this, I don't even know what to call it, core, is where the screen mounts. So as you can see, you have these pretty sturdy pieces of steel, I'm guessing, and there's a male and female, and that's it. And again, if you were looking from the side, you would see the screen kind of protrude, like I said before. But I mean, I've seen it in pictures. We're gonna see it installed. It looks really good. And as a bonus, yes, you can adjust on the side through screws the height and tilt of how the screen will sit. So it comes in handy if you think that the way this is set up out of the box would look weird on your car. There's a pretty big range of adjustment there.
Obviously, we're going to try to get as close to the opening as we can. And just to go over what Pat already has gone over, if you look at the opening, this is a standard dash kit opening. It's a lot bigger of an opening than a regular radio, which is what makes this such an appealing radio. And Alpine really knocked it out of the park by thinking this was a great idea, because obviously this is probably a year or two in production, where a year ago or two I would have told you this was a silly idea.
Yeah, that's it. Again, gotta get a good shot of this because this is the best part of this radio. I'm not gonna see this on any of the other radios, as far as I know.
I guarantee you, in 2 years, all those Chinese knockoffs will have a 22-inch screen hanging out of your dashboard.
Anyways, full review's definitely coming. So is the installation video with the 2014 Cadillac Escalade.
Yep.
And yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah, guys. Don't forget to follow Possibly Pat on his new YouTube channel. He's one of my good friends, and we've been telling him the YouTube channel for years. And this is finally the radio that got him off his ass. Thanks for watching, and this is nfitcarstereo.com. We sell, we install, we ship worldwide. If you're a shop, we have wholesale accounts. Obviously, we're not going to sell Alpine to you, but all of other adapters. And possibly Pat's going to review all types of technicology. I can't even speak right now. Technical devices. He's phones. So he's the guy I call when I can't figure something out. So between the two of us, I think we're going to be a good tag team for our YouTube channels. And that's it, man. Thanks for watching. Anything to add, Pat?
That's it.
All right, guys.
Wait for that full review.
Full review. Untitled Car Stereo, Possibly Pat. Thanks for watching.